Hello. You are listening to WXJM Harrisonburg. This is 88.7 on your FM dial. And you are listening to Doomsday, presenting the Power Hour to you. That's right, guys. Oh, we're going to have celebrity interviews. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have, creatures and ghouls and glob. And, oh man. There's going to be so much slime and sloppiness.
Can you hear me? How do I sound? How does my mic sound?
How do we sound, guys?
Is it sounding okay?
Can you hear us?
Please let me know.
Did you hear the alarm?
Chat.
Did you hear the alarm?
Listen, world famous DOOMSDAYx3 is coming at you live from Harrisonburg.
Oh,
are you guys excited? Can you hear the alarms? The alarms are blaring.
Let's sound the alarm real quick for them. Can we hear this alarm?
Let me know if you can hear the alarm.
All right. Let's get I guess we should get started. I don't know, man. Honestly, that took a lot out of me. I mean, we've been doing this radio show for what, months now? Can we just take the night off?
Well, Grayson,
just take the night off. I'm feeling pooped.
I know we've been doing this for a while, but I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe you got to get some pep in your step, you know? I think you can definitely pull through.
I don't know. What could get me pepped? What in the world could get me pepped?
Oh, I know. Let's do our weekly DOOMSDAYx3 intro dance.
The intro dance? I'm so excited. Let's do it. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Come on. You guys seeing this? Hope you guys are seeing this. Ooh, yeah. Woo. Wow. And one, and two. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. That was our dance number, guys. I hope you guys saw that. And I hope you guys loved it.
How was that, guys?
So what part did you guys like the best of our dance?
My favorite part of the dance is usually when we put our hands in the air for the big finish.
Well, I like the Destroyer. I like the Destroyer personally. That's my favorite move that we do. Well, all right, let's see here. I'm kind of ready now. That got me pumped.
All right.
Let's do some news. I like the news. I love the news. I love keeping up with the news. I love reporting the news. I'm a news guy.
As you listeners know, DOOMSDAYx3 loves to bring you the latest stories as they develop. And so we're just going to let you know the news that we've gotten in just today.
All right, so to start off, Harrisonburg residents, I have some great news for you. Harrisonburg PD did a heartwarming thing the other day. They saved a kitten from a tree in downtown Harrisonburg. A delighted crowd was there and cheered and clapped as they saved the adorable kitten from the scary, terrible tree. What a heartwarming story. What do we have next, Ella?
Well, in earlier news this week, there was an old woman trying to cross the, what's that long strip of grass?
The lawn?
Yeah, she was crossing that, and she was having a hard time. And you, JMU students, offered her your hands and helped her cross from the beginning to the end of the lawn. And after that, her family welcomed her in open arms, and they felt very happy.
Everybody stood in a circle in the quad and sang songs and played music and kissed each other. In other news, in Malaysia today, a plane crash. 12 have died. There are no survivors. There was only 12 people on the plane. It's terrible. In other news, recently there has been a trend in Southwest Virginia of Huckleberry Pies making a comeback in local diners. Huckleberry Pies had been off the menu, so to speak, of most local diners for many years, but recently a local owner of a diner named Norma Jennings decided that she would bring them back. What else do we have?
In later news this week, 100 dead in a mall in Taiwan. Their families are grieving. It is a terrible thing that has happened, but we must move on.
The other day, also some news in China. Stocks in China. That's the sound of stocks in China. Way down. That's right. The Chinese have been protesting outside banks for what seems like hours and hours and days now because they're worried about their savings. So wishing the best to them. In other news, in the Philippines, 100 dead, 293 injured. Germany, 40 dead, 62 injured. Virginia, 30 dead, 72 injured. Half of the corpses were not found.
Kenya, 700 injured, 40,000 dead.
Italy, 46 dead, like 190 injured.
Okay. Well, in Germany, like
a bajillion dead,
Bajillion.
and like a gazillion, willion, trillion, billion injured.
And in Mexico, 100,000. 100,000 dead.
Oh man, we have our laughs here, all right?
Yeah.
We have our laughs here, okay?
Yeah.
This is DOOMSDAYx3. This is the Power Hour. Anything goes here.
Anything goes.
Oh, we're famous. Oh.
Now,
So that was the news.
Grayson is going to go on site to a developing news story that is happening at Fisseldink Castle. Grayson, why don't you talk to us? I hear you're on site right now as the events are unfolding.
Yep. Yeah, I'm here at Fisseldink Castle in the Gabo Kingdom. Well, it used to be the Gabo Kingdom anyway. It's actually the Dragon Emperor's keep now since he overtook it. And today, the Queen's jewels, her finest, most precious gems, were stolen by an unknown thief. I'm here in the market square today. Let's hear that sound. Busy day in the market today. And well, it's quite a buzz here. People are freaking out, you know. Never heard before has something like this happened. And well, what's that? The guards are blowing their horns from the towers. That's strange, but I'm going to ignore it. Now, this thief, I mean, nobody knows who he is, but he must have been very skilled to get into the keep. And oh my God, what is that? There's goblins. There's gobos. They're getting over the tower. There's gobos launching themselves over the tower into the city, and they're robbing the stores. And oh God, there's elves. There's elves. They're climbing them through the moat. They're using bows to get to the moat. And there's orcs. There's orcs breaking through the gate. No. And the gobbo have the princess. No. This is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. No. The elf is here, and he's on his high horse. And no, the king. They're killing the king in the square. This is terrible. No. Oh God. No, the kingdom is in ruins. Oh. What? What's this that's happening? What's this that's happening?
How's the princess, Grayson? How's the princess?
The princess. No, they're taking the princess and they're taking her crown and they're stealing her. No, they're taking her out of the kingdom. No, not the princess. Oh, it's in ruins. It's in ruins. Oh. Back to you, Ella, at the studio. Back to you, Ella, at the studio. Back to you, Ella, at the studio.
Wow, that sounded like a crazy event. Grayson, I hope you made it out okay. Thank you for using such...
Yeah, I'm back.
brave,
I'm back in the studio.
You're really using a lot of courage out there, and I really admire your just ability to go out there and get the story no matter what it takes.
Yeah, that was a far trip too. I don't think I've ever been so far from home on a news trip like that. Well, all right. Whew, that was intense. Feel bad for the princess, I guess, but I'm glad I don't live there, you know? Next we have a celebrity interview. Let's see, let's activate our guest microphone here. And we actually have That's right.
Our
the
good
famous
friend,
Kanye
Kanye
West.
West.
That's right. Kanye West is in the studio with us, and he's going to be giving us an exclusive interview. We're going to ask him plenty of questions. I'm sure you fans have some questions you want to ask him. Put that in our chat, in our Discord, if you want us to ask him any questions. So Kanye, how's it feel being in the studio?
Wow, it's really great to be here, guys.
I don't think they can hear you. Maybe just use this microphone
Yeah,
over
come
here.
over here, Kanye. You know, since we're close, I'm sure you won't mind.
Well, it's really great to be here, guys. I'm so happy that you've had me in the studio. Life here is great. I'm living life, you know?
And that's nice to hear, Kanye. Now, Kanye, having recently enrolled at JMU, how's the university so far? How are classes?
Wow, I really love it here. The people here are so friendly. All of them hold doors for me. It's so great. They treat me like royalty. Get meals. It's great.
You are Kanye West.
I am Kanye West.
And one more question. How's your dorm? How's your dorm?
As Kanye West, my dorm is fantastic. I have really great sheets that I got from the university for $127.36.
Wow, what a deal.
And Kanye, how did you go about writing Yeezus?
Well, actually, I went through a McDonald's drive-thru as Kanye West, and I ordered a Sprite, and I sat there and I drank the Sprite, and I had a vision from God, and
Wow.
he told me how to make this album.
All right, we have a lot of questions from fans here. I'm gonna go ahead and ask one. This is from the Elf. How did you get so big?
Well, I ate a lot of food, and then I promoted myself through social media because I am a self-built person. I worked my way up from the bottom, and I made lots of money.
Kanye, what inspired you to write Donda, and how do you feel about your mother's death?
I am absolutely just heartbroken. I miss my mother, but I am really happy because now I don't have to make up my bed anymore.
And that's just wonderful. One more question. How do you like your professors here at the university? And how's it being a freshman?
Oh, the professors are great, but being a freshman, I don't know about that. Like, I often get treated as if I am scum in the literal sense. I need to be scraped off the bottom of someone's shoes. But the professors are great. They're all really kind. I've had great interactions with them.
Yeah. And it's just great having you here at JMU, Kanye. We're all glad that Kanye West is a proud Duke.
Oh,
now,
yes, I am.
More questions.
Yeah, I have one last question I'd like to ask personally, and this is from the fans. This is from our dear fan Midsia, and Midsia asks, Kanye West, how does it feel to be alive in our great world?
Well, this great world, it's so wide and expansive, and there are so many things that I could do at any given moment. Like right now, I could go like this, and I could get really loud, or I could get really, really quiet.
Kanye, one last question from our listeners. What is your favorite kind of milk to drink?
Chocolate milk.
What are you majoring in at JMU?
I'm actually majoring in nursing because I want to help people and I want to make their lives better.
All right. Well, that was Kanye West, guys. I hope you enjoyed the interview with him. Thank you very much, Kanye.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's such a pleasure.
All right. We all love Kanye.
That was wonderful. Thank you for coming along.
Hey, JMU guys. Only at JMU would you have a student like Kanye. Now, let's see here. I actually have to take a bathroom break, Ella.
Okay.
Just if any visitors come in the studio, just tell me. All right. Tell me after I get back.
All right.
Bye.
Oh my. It seems there's a little worm crawling under the door of the studio.
Hello. My name is Mr. Wormington, and I do say this studio is lovely.
Hello? Are you a worm?
Oh, I am the most respected worm in all of worm society. And, well, I might be wondering if I could take safe refuge in this here studio.
Well, I suppose you could stay in the studio, Mr. Wormington, but where would you stay?
While I had somewhere in particular in mind, I would love to stay in your mouth. Inside of your mouth.
In my mouth? I'm sorry, no.
No, it's no bother at all. Just let me crawl into your mouth and wriggle around in your gums and teeth, and no, it'll be delightful.
No, thank you. I'm sorry, I can't.
I really don't understand the issue. I've stayed in many of the humans' mouths, and they've never taken offense to it.
Well, Mr. Wormington, I really just, I can't.
Hey, why are you picking me up? Put me down. Put
Please,
me down this instant.
Just here, there's a little cubby for you to go
No,
into.
no.
Go in
I
there.
must be wet and warm. I must be wet and warm like the
Wet
inside of the
and warm.
mouth. Wet and warm, as you say.
Is there any other places I could put you in?
In your nose? In your nose or in your ears?
No, I really can't. I'm sorry.
Well, that's just terrible. Well, I shall see myself out then.
Well, hey, wait. What if I put you in like a little, maybe a little like warm cloth? Would you mind that?
Goody. You know, this makes me want to do. Break into song. And I shall sing for you, young girl. Somewhere.
This is not FCC approved, Mr. Wormington.
Oh.
Mr. Wormington.
Well, then I shall stop. I suppose I'll just crawl into the wet blanket then.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Wormington. Ash, I hope Grayson gets back in the studio soon. I'm getting a little antsy without him. I may be worming around in my seat a little bit. Oh, gosh.
All right. I'm back, guys. What do we have next on the docket, Ella?
41.
1.
72.
1.
30.
5. 6. 27. 44. 45. 410. 0. 0. 3. 6. 1. 1. 6. 1. 1. 6. 1. 1. And we're back. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that interruption, but we're back. That just happens sometimes, and that's just the life of the talk show host.
This episode of Doomsday Power Hour is brought to you by warmth.
Warmth. Wet warmth, dry warmth. It's all warmth. Here are some ways that you can use warmth. You could get under a blanket, or maybe you could surround yourself with hot water.
You could
There are
stand
lots
by
of
a
ways-
fire.
There are lots of ways to get warm. And you want to know what? It feels good. Also sponsored by water and like candy, like buildings, like apes, and also Lockheed Martin. Shout out to Lockheed Martin. We're not just love those guys. Shout out to the military industrial complex. And let's see what we got next on the docket here. We got some blabby booby blabby blingy blabby blooby blabby 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 blingy babby abalabby dabby blabby dabby blabby 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 booby blabby blabby limby dingy hinky dingy hinky dingy hoba laba abalila blah 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 All right. So, radio, huh, guys?
Yeah, so we at DOOMSDAYx3 are really happy to receive this slot on the airwaves. Personally, I have waited my entire life for this day, and it is very rewarding.
It's crazy how easy it was too. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to stress how easy it is to do a radio show. Like, we just did it. We just wanted to do it, and then we did it. And that's something I wish more people realize, is that if they want to like make art or performances or stuff, you can just do it.
Yeah. It's honestly kind of remarkable. We really did just walk in here, you know.
They don't know we're here yet.
They may or may not have left the doors unlocked, and we
Yeah.
potentially could have just walked inside.
And you don't know whether we did or not. For all you know, this could be totally unauthorized, and you don't even know whether it is or not. And isn't that special, dear viewer, dear listener, dear reader? Isn't that special? You're so special.
They can't read this. This is
They can't read this.
No, this is only audio. You can only hear it with your
Well,
ears.
then we did the dance. Well,
Oh, we did the
we did the
dance. Oh,
shucks. Now
we did
that's
the dance,
just
and they couldn't even see the dance.
well.
We worked a long time on that dance. Like,
We did, and I really want you guys to see it. And I don't know, is there like a way that we could like? No, there isn't. There isn't. Sigh. I'm very sad now, but oh, it looks like my leg's starting to float a little bit, and oh, this is a peculiar sensation. My leg's starting to go to the ceiling, and my other leg too is lifting up, and my arms are reaching towards the air, and I'm slowly floating to the top of the ceiling. I'm just freely floating here, and I feel entirely safe and comfortable while floating. This is just magical. I can't believe that I feel this safe. This is just beautiful. I'm floating around with like a balloon. Like, there's not a single care in the world. Just floating freely up in this air. How peculiar. How strange. I feel like I could do anything. This is real. I'm flying. This is real. Oh, I'm totally free.
My beast.
And I'm coming
my
back
beast
down
is coming
now.
out. Oh, my beast.
Slowly coming
my
back
beast.
down.
I'm unleashing my beast.
Oh, soon I'll be on the floor again. Foot 1, foot 2, and here I am, back down on the floor. Oh, well, it's nice to be back on the ground again. How are you, Ella?
Oh, my beast almost unleashed itself.
Well, that just sounds bad,
Oh,
Ella.
my goodness gracious. I believe that I almost released my beast into the world.
Well, Ella,
and I don't want to put you in any danger,
Ella,
viewers. But I really almost
okay.
let go for a second.
Listen,
Wow.
I experienced the most peculiar sensation. You know what? I'll save it, but I just want you to know that I experienced something quite special. And one day, I hope you do too. Now, let's see what's next. It looks like I'll be reading some stories from Daniel Carms to you. Let's see here. What's our first story? First story is Vindication. And
why
I'll
don't you
be
tell the
reading this.
listeners about who Daniel Carms is?
Sure. DOOMSDAYx3 is, of course, a sort of surrealist art group, and we were inspired by the Russian Absurdists, which were an interwar art group, which did sort of like very avant-garde theater, early theater of the absurd, lots of surreal writings, and they were hated by the Soviet government and establishment. Very, very, angsty rebel people, and I'm just like them. So I'll be reading you Vindication by Daniel Carms. I can say, without boasting, that when Volodya hit me in the ear and spat in my eyes, I let him have it in a way that he will never forget. After I beat him with that little gas stove, in the evening I beat him with a flat iron, so that he did not die right away. And where is there any proof in the course of the day that I cut his leg off? He was still alive then. And yes, I beat Andrushia to death only because I got carried away by the momentum. I'm not guilty of anything there. Why did Andrushia and Elizaveta come in? They had no business bouncing in through that door. I've been accused of being bloodthirsty. It's said that I drank the blood. This is untrue. I only looked up the puddles of blood and the spots. It's a natural need of human beings to want to wipe out the traces of even the most innocent transgressions. Secondly, I was dealing with a corpse, so it's not for her to be accusing me of murdering her. So what if she was just about to give birth to a baby? I don't care. And if it wasn't capable of living in this world, that's not my fault. It was not I who tore off its head. It's the fault of its thin neck. He was simply unfit to live. It's true I stomped on the little dog and smeared it all over the floor, but it's simply cynical to be charging me with killing a dog when right alongside it, one might say that 3 human lives have been destroyed. I'm not counting the baby. Let us say, and I might even agree, that there was a certain amount of cruelty on my part, but to try me because I defecated on my victims is, if you pardon me, absurd. It's a natural human need, so how can it be something criminal? I do understand certain fears of my defense attorney, but I nevertheless hope to be completely vindicated. Next up on the reading list, we have The Letter, which will be read by Ella on page 101. All right.
I hope you guys are having a great time. Hey, Grayson. Dear
Nikander Andreevich.
I received your letter and immediately recognized that it was from you. At first, I did not think that it was from you, but as soon as I unsealed it, right away I understood that it was from you. I had come close to thinking that it was not for you. I am glad you got married a long time ago, because when a person marries someone that he wanted to marry, it means that he has achieved something he wanted. And I'm so very glad that you got married, because when a person marries her whom he wanted to, it means he achieved something he wanted. Yesterday, I received your letter and thought the letter was from you, but then I thought that it didn't seem to be from you, but I unsealed it and saw, yes, it was from you. You did the right thing. You were very nice to write to me. First, you did not write, but then you did write, although even earlier on, before the time during which you did not write, you had written. Immediately, when I received your letter, I decided it was from you, and then I was also very glad that you already got married. When a person decides that he wants to get married, he must get married no matter what. That's why I am glad that you finally married exactly the person whom you wanted to marry. And it was very nice of you that you wrote me. I was very glad when I saw your letter, and right away I thought that it was from you. True, while I was unsealing it, the thought flitted through my mind that it was not from you, but still, after that, I decided that it was from you. Thank you for writing. I give you my thanks for that, and I am glad you did. It might be that you can't guess why I'm so glad you did, but I'll tell you right away that I am glad for you because you got married, and particularly because it was with the person whom you wanted to marry. And you know, it is very good to marry precisely the person whom you want to marry, because then you get precisely what you wanted. So that is exactly why I am glad for you. And I'm also glad that you wrote me a letter. I decided at a distance already that the letter was from you, and when I took it in my hand, I thought, what if it isn't from you? And then I thought, no, of course it's from you. I unsealed the letter myself, and at the same time I was wondering, is it from you or is it not from you? Well, then I unsealed it, and I saw that it was from you. I was very glad, and I decided I too would write you a letter. There are many things to write about, but there is literally no time. I write you in this letter what I had time for. The rest I will tell you later, but now there's no time at all. It's good that you wrote me a letter. Now I know that you got married a long time ago. I knew already from your previous letters that you had gotten married, and now I see again it's absolutely true, you got married. And I'm very glad that you got married and wrote me a letter. As soon as I saw your letter, I decided that you'd gotten married. Well, I think it is good that you got married and wrote me a letter about it. Write me now who your new wife is and how it all went. Give my greetings to your new wife.
And for our final reading for this section, we'll be reading The Cashier. All right. So I will be narrating and playing Masha. Ella will be playing the manager and the sales clerk, and Zora, our helper that just wandered into the studio just now, will be playing the militiaman. Masha found a mushroom, picked it, and brought it to the market. At the market, someone punched Masha on the head and told her he would kick her in the legs, too. Masha became frightened and ran away. Masha ran to the co-op and wanted to hide behind the cash register. The manager saw Masha and asked,
What do you have there in your hands?
And Masha said, "A mushroom." The manager said,
Aren't you a sharp one? Do you want me to fix you up with a job?
Masha said, "You won't." The manager said,
I will too.
and he fixed her up with the job of running the cash register. Masha kept running the cash register, and then suddenly she died. A militiaman came, wrote it down, and ordered the manager to pay a 15-ruble fine. The manager asked.
Why should I pay a fine?
The militiaman said.
For murder.
The manager became frightened and quickly paid the fine, and then said, "Take this dead cashier as quickly away as possible." The sales clerk from the fruit department said,
No, that's not true. She was not the cashier. She only turned the handle on the cash register. The cashier is sitting over there.
The militiaman said,
We don't care. We've been told to carry away the cashier, and we will carry her away.
The militiaman went up to the cashier. The cashier lay down on the floor behind the cash register and said, "I'm not going." The militiaman asked.
Why won't you come, you fool?
The cashier said, "You're going to bury me alive." The militiaman started to lift up the cashier off the floor, but could not lift her up because the cashier was very, very fat. "Pull her out by her feet," said the sales clerk from the fruit department.
No,
Said the manager.
this cashier is sort of like my wife, so I ask you not to pull her clothes off down below.
The cashier said, "Do you hear? Don't you dare to pull down my clothes off down below." The militiaman picked up the cashier under her arms and dragged her and threw her out of the co-op. The manager ordered the sales clerks to clean up the store and to start doing business.
And what are we to do with the dead woman?
Asked the sales clerk from the fruit department, pointing at Masha.
My God,
Said the manager.
we got everything mixed up. Really, what should we do with this dead woman? Who will sit behind the cash register?
Asked the sales clerk. The manager clutched his head. With his knee, he knocked all the apples over on the counter and said,
This is terrible.
"This is terrible," said all the sales clerks together. Suddenly the manager stroked his mustache and said,
Ho ho, it's not so easy to stump me. We'll put the dead woman at the cash register. Maybe the public won't figure out who it is that's sitting behind the cash register.
They put the dead woman behind the cash register, stuck a cigarette between her teeth so she would look more like a live woman, and for the sake of verisimilitude, put a mushroom on her hand. The dead woman behind the cash register, as though she was alive. Only the color in her face was very green, and one eye was open and the other completely shut.
That's all right.
Said the manager.
She will do.
The public was knocking at the door and getting excited. Why was the co-op not opening up? One woman especially, in a silk coat, started shouting and shaking her bag and aimed her heel at the door handle. Behind her, an old woman with a pillowcase on her head shouted, swore, and called the manager of the co-op a scoundrel. The manager opened the door and let the public in. The people right away ran to the meat department and then went to where the sugar and the pepper are sold. The old woman went up to the fish department, but on her way looked at the cashier and stopped. "Oh," she said, "may the Lord bless us." The woman in the silk coat had already been in all the departments, and she headed for the cash register, but as soon as she looked for the cashier, she stopped, stood silently, and stared. The sales clerks also were silent and stared at the manager. The manager looked up from behind the counter and waited to see what would happen next. The woman in the silk coat turned to the sales clerks and asked, "Who is this sitting behind your cash register?" The sales clerks were silent because they didn't know how to answer. The manager was also silent. People gathered from all directions. There was a crowd in the street. Doormen appeared. Whistles were heard. In a word, a real sensation. The crowd was all set to stand around the co-op until nightfall. But somebody said that in Lamp Lane, an old woman was falling out of the window. So the crowd at the co-op thinned out because many people went over to Lamp Lane. And that's the end of our readings for tonight.
I hope you guys learned a thing or two from those. And I'm glad that you came along. We're going to get right along with the show.
Wait, what's that coming into the... Is that a creature? Is that a creature?
Oh, no.
Oh, come
Hey,
on.
get out! Get out!
Get the broom, get the broom. Ow, ow,
Get the broom,
ow,
I'll
ow.
get the broom. Shoot! Shoot!
Get the knife. I'm going to stomp on it. I'm going to stomp. I think we killed it.
Grayson,
I just killed the creature,
you
didn't I?
killed it.
Oh, I
Come
just
on.
killed a creature. Listen, I feel kind of embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
The
there was
wildlife is really like important, Grayson.
sometimes creatures just come in here and you have to do what you have to do, all right? Listen, I'm an American, all right? I just stood my ground there, all right?
I think you're making excuses for yourself, Grayson.
Well, I think that I want $500, and that doesn't change anything.
I don't care if you want $500, frankly, Grayson. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me. Look at this dead creature on the floor. Do you see this?
Yes, I see the dead creature.
Do you feel bad?
No.
Grayson, are you a psychopath? Are you a psychopath? Are you crazy?
I'm damaged.
Grayson, I really can't believe you would do something like that.
Let's go to the weather section.
The weather section.
Yeah, guys. Well, we are a talk show, so we got to report on the weather, right? So, let's see. What do I feel like? It was kind of like today. It was like in the morning. It was kind of cold, but then it got like kind of warm. It was sunny. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It might be a little cold, and then it will get sunny and warm tomorrow, and I think that will probably be the weather. And I like the sun, and I think that because of that, it will be sunny tomorrow because I'm doing a really good job, and I feel like I should be rewarded with sunny weather.
Okay, well, I think that probably tomorrow, Grayson's right. It will be a little warmer than it was today because it was pretty warm today, and I think the logical what's the word? Conclusion maybe, but it keeps it going on into the future.
And warmth was our sponsor today.
Yeah,
so
I feel like it'll probably continue to get warmer.
If warmth is our sponsor, then it'll probably just get warmer and warmer forever.
That does sound difficult.
Let's see, what else is there tomorrow?
Well, today it was warm.
I don't think it'll snow tomorrow. It probably won't snow tomorrow.
It probably won't.
It's definitely not going to snow. Well, I can't say definitely. Can we be sure? Well, it probably won't. Can we be sure it'll snow tomorrow?
Well, we cannot be completely sure, but I believe that based on what happened today, it would certainly not be snowing tomorrow.
There's always a possibility. You can never rule out the possibility.
That's true.
Like anything is possible if you believe, but it probably won't snow. There's a good chance it won't snow.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess there is a good chance. I would say that Grayson is right. It is very difficult to completely say for sure. In fact, because of that, I would be inclined to say there is a 99% chance that it will not snow tomorrow.
Well, maybe 98. Let's be fair.
Okay. 98% chance it will not snow tomorrow, but there is a likelihood that
probably
it will
no
be
tsunamis either.
None. No, you're right. None. No.
Or big earthquakes.
Well,
or
we
meteors.
Can't be sure about that.
And again, we can't. I just would like to remind our listeners that we can't be sure, but we're doing the best we can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Let's see what our next section is. Oh, we're going to talk about our dreams for a while. Now, the thing about our dreams is that, well, they're known to be kind of prophetic. So, let's go over a few things. So, I'll start.
Why don't we explain the section to the audience?
Oh, well, yeah. You go ahead.
So every week, as you guys know, we have a dream journal section because me and Grayson are... Well, it has been said that me and Grayson are... Professor Trelawney in Harry Potter? We're like her, but younger. Because we're kind of sort of like that, we would like to share with you our dreams in case they might give you some guidance throughout your life or your day. And yeah, we've been collecting some for you guys, so we're going to start now.
All right, so I've shared this dream on a Doomsday show before, so if you're a regular Doomsday show attendee, you might know this one, but it's a pretty good one. I once had a dream, and this dream is very, very special to me, that it was about the concept of an elevator. No, the dream was the concept of an elevator. And I'm not kidding. I was not in the dream. I was not in an elevator. I was not looking at an elevator. I was not hearing an elevator. I was not smelling an elevator. I guess I might have been thinking about an elevator, but no particular elevator. The dream was the concept of an elevator, just the abstract concept of it. And I don't know. I think that's interesting. I've never had a dream before that's just a concept. There's no sensation at all. It's just a thought. Literally, the dream was just a thought. So that was pretty interesting. Ella, what do you have?
Well, one of my recent dreams was that I was in a very large facility. I think this one was a summer camp, and I was kind of showing all of the kids around me how I was able to kind of fly, but not in a like just a flying way, but in a way where I have to like give a huge thrust of my wings to get like a little bit up in the air, and then I can only get about as high as like a power line. And I did that for a while, and then a scary monster person came and they chased me around like all throughout the different rooms, and I kept hiding from them. Yeah, and just average things for a night.
Moving on. I'm gonna snap this section in two. I'm gonna put one little thing in between the second half of this section, and that is that we just got a piece of fan mail through this door. And wouldn't you know it, this is our first piece of fan mail that we've gotten.
Oh, wow.
This is incredible. All right.
Thank you to whatever listener just slipped this piece of paper.
All right.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, let's open it
Just
up.
right through the
Let's open it up.
bottom of the door.
And it says, I hate you, DOOMSDAYx3. From the elf.
Oh.
You know, why?
Come on.
Hey,
can
elf.
you just leave us alone?
Elf, can you
for
please
like
leave us alone?
One project.
I'm pretty sure you sabotaged the machine last show, and now this. Can we ask the elf to leave us alone? I do not like elves. I do not like being bothered by elves, and I would like it if you stopped. If you stopped and you didn't come back.
Listen, Doomsday fans, if you have any contact with the elf, he might be trying to sway you to your side. I know you think you can persuade him.
He's
otherwise.
in the live chat.
He is in the live chat. I can see him in the live chat. I know he's in there. Don't try to at me about it. Listen, I know he's in there.
We can't get him out.
We've
been working on it.
We've been trying to get him out, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, we can't figure out how to get him out of our chat.
If he's trying to persuade you to his side, just remember that we were the ones that introduced you to Doomsday, and that
what has he done
elf,
for you?
Yeah,
what has he done for you?
What has he done?
Nothing.
Nothing except sabotage every one of our shows.
Anyways, back to dreams. Another dream I had this is a childhood dream, but I've always found it particularly interesting. Is I was in a Chuck E. Cheese, and I crawled into like the play place tubes, like those McDonald's play place tubes that they had there in the Chuck E. Cheese, and these tubes are like a huge complex, and there was a giant room in it that had a giant like mechanical spider that dozens of children were fighting and like dying when they were fighting. It was crazy. And then I went outside and I was in the ruins of my elementary school, and there was like giant spiders all over the buildings that I had to fight with my sword. And I kept like exploring these tubes and like finding weird different like rooms. There was like stores in there, like little hangout spots. And then I was crawling really far through a dark tube, and there was a window. And I looked out the window and I was in space. And then the dream ended. That was a pretty cool dream. Let's finish this up with Ella's dream.
The creature is starting to smell, Grayson.
Well, I'll clean up the creature after the show, okay? But the fumes. The fumes are coming out.
Yeah, it's kind of making me a little woozy.
And the globs. Oh, it's glubbing its globs. Not the globs.
Come
I hate
on.
the globs.
I really seriously hate the globs.
Let's just get this dream going.
Fine. But I really need to talk to you about the creature when this is done, because I feel like it's a little weird that you don't have any remorse.
Well, we can talk about it when we're done. But give me.
Okay, so my last dream was a dream where it felt like I was in the dream zone space for about 2 years, and I was stuck in this weird, almost like AU dystopian novel world where I had like a wire that was attached to the top of my head, and the wire then attached to like a zip line like connector on like the ceiling of the world I was in. And wherever I went, it was there. And I couldn't remember how I got in there or how to get out, but I was in there with a group of probably about 20 people, but there were about 5-ish people that were particularly close to me. And we basically traveled completely like straight forwards forever in some sort of weird land. There were a lot of power lines and a lot of rocks and trees, and we had to do various puzzles every couple miles or every couple days, and we just tried to survive, and felt like eventually if we kept going straight forever, we would eventually reach some sort of end. And when we got to the very end, it had probably been 1 year in this world that we were in. And we knew that it had been about a year, but we also didn't know anything before this. And we felt as if we'd probably been taken off the street and placed in this world. When we got in there, the very last part, we entered some sort of house. The world started morphing away from trees and rocks and outside and countryside and like gas stations that looked like props and into what felt like someone's attic. And in that person's attic, there were a bunch of boxes and pieces of wood, and everything just kind of looked like unfinished props. And as we went higher and higher into the attic and climbed more and more stairs, we uncovered something with canvas, something covered in canvas, and took the canvas off of it. And on the other side, we kind of just saw a back window or door, and we got to the what was basically just the backyard of a house. And on the other side, we could see the real world. And we were like, oh my goodness, can we just get out of here? I don't know what to do. Can I just jump out and onto the real world? And then we all got really scared because we thought, well, in order to do that, we have to cut the wires that are connecting the tops of our heads to the ceiling. And we were very, very scared. And so in order to escape, we had to cut the wires that were attaching our heads to the ceiling. So we took a knife and cut the wire, and nothing happened. And we were all like, oh my gosh, we can run away. And so we ran away. And then the last thing that I remembered was that I heard other people, when I went up to the top of this big building in the sky, at the very beginning of the dream, I heard two people talking really weird, a strange language on the top of a big building in the sky. And then at the end of the dream, when I escaped and went back to the real world, I instinctively went back to this big building in the sky. And then I realized that I couldn't understand anything that anyone in the world around me was saying, and that the only language I could speak was this weird language that I heard the people speaking at the beginning of my dream. And so I thought that there must be some weird time loop going on. And that is the end.
All right, that was pretty normal. So do you want to talk to me about the creature?
Well,
Let's just get this over with. Let's just get this over with so we can get to the rest of the show, all right?
Grayson, do you really have no remorse for killing the creature?
Why would I? Why it was invading my space.
It's a living thing.
It was invading my space.
It's a living thing, Grayson.
And you know what? I don't really care.
Are you being serious? Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, I am.
You really don't care.
I really don't care.
Can you guys believe this guy? Like, am I the only person
Ella, watch this. I'm gonna eat some of this creature corpse right now.
No, you are not. No, Grayson, stop. No, I'm being serious. Stop. Spit it out, please. No, there are so many things. There are so many germs in there. You're going to die.
That was good. I'm gonna eat more.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
This is.
Oh no.
This is really. Oh, you have to try
Grayson,
this.
no, I'm.
No, Ella, you
stop. No, seriously, stop. I'm gonna take the creature out right now. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna take it out right now.
Okay, fine.
And I really think you should throw up or something into a trash can.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Please?
I'd love to eat creatures. I seriously love to kill and eat creatures.
Is this not the first time?
Maybe it isn't the first time. Okay. They're all around. They're all around Harrisonburg, creatures, and I just can't help it, man. I just can't help it. Well, while
she's drag the creature out.
Yeah, while she's taking that out, I should say that the boss has given us some feedback, and let's see what it is. Let's see what President of Doomsday HQ, Dr. Murder, has to say. It's a report. Oh. He says this is the worst radio show he's ever heard.
What? Are you serious? Grayson, are you serious?
Yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy. I think he says we're going to have to punish ourselves. He says, get the bag, get the bag.
Okay, just 1 second. I got to put the creature outside the door.
All right, guys, this is really gonna suck for us. This is really gonna suck. This is really gonna suck for us. We do have to punish ourselves real quick. Oh, all right, here we go. So, first off, I think I'm gonna tear off all my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and tear off all my skin right now. Okay, I'm gonna do that. All right, here I go. Just all right, getting the potato peeler, and here we go.
Oh, that's gruesome. That's really gruesome. I'm gonna look away.
Whew, it's coming right off. All right. Just a couple more layers. And here we go. Almost done. Whew. Well, there's all my skin. All gone. I'm just a big meaty pile now. It's kind of nice, actually. I kind of like being all fleshy like this.
Grayson, you look pretty disgusting, actually. Like, I can see all your, like, skin, like the what's it called, muscles inside of you.
Well, oh, there's a little bit left.
Oh, please just keep it on. It's fine.
It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone. Don't worry. Whew. I like it. It's nice and airy. I can breathe.
Really,
I can breathe.
I can't.
Finally.
You're like freaking me out. You're really freaking me out.
You know, I like being able to see all my muscles. You know, I can really see what's going on inside of me. No more opaqueness. I can finally, like, this is who I really am.
Oh my.
Listen, you know what it's time for? Let's do some wisdom truths. I feel good.
All right. Let's get going, guys.
Wisdom truths. Hey, listen. Back in my day, we had something called respect. All right? All right? Not like you kids these days, all right? Listen, I was raised in the mean streets of Roanoke, Virginia, all right? So I know what it's like to live tough, all right? I had to do hard work when I was little, all right? And I didn't get it easy like you kids. I didn't get it. I'm not soft like you kids. All right? I have respect. I have self-control. I have respect for my elders. And you kids, always glued to your screens. You ain't got no self-respect. You ain't got no self-respect. And that is for sure, all right? My name's Grayson Hendricks. That's what some wisdom truth. Let's see what Ella Burzen's got to say.
These days, kids don't know enough about hard work. Am I right, guys? Hard work. Respect. Listen, when's the last time you went out and lifted some logs? Huh? When's the last time you went out your door and saw the sunlight? Huh? I bet not once. Huh? Maybe it's been a week. Maybe it's been years. Here's the thing. Kids these days, they don't know a thing about self-love. They don't know a thing about work. They
Kiss
don't know
yourself.
a thing about respect. You gotta kiss yourself. You gotta love
Kiss yourself.
You gotta hug yourself.
Love yourself.
Be yourself. Believe in yourself. When are you gonna respect? Do some respect. Do some work. Huh? When is the last time you did some honest work? Huh? When is the last time you laid down the law? When is the last time you did some respecting of your elders? When's the last time you kissed yourself? Hug yourself.
Kiss yourself.
Love yourself. Love yourself.
Hug yourself.
Love your self-worth. Respect.
This has been Wisdom Truths. And on to our next section. Hooey. Let me tell you.
Oh, this is tiring.
You know, speaking of feeling tired, you know, are any of you guys feeling a little strange right now? Feeling a little weird? A little woozy, maybe? If you're a Harrisonburg resident and you're feeling a little woozy, I mean, I would suspect that someone had slipped something in my food.
That would be very abnormal, certainly.
What would be the worst of all? What would be the worst of all is if someone like to promote something like slip something in like dining hall food. I would really hate that.
Yeah, if like you went to the dining hall, say, I don't know, around 5 p.m. Today, and imagine if there was something poisonous like in your food and you ate it, and the effects
terrible.
were setting in like right
And
now.
imagine there was a chip in the food that tracked your location. And let's entertain for a second that there are agents with access to that chip, and they can tell who ate the food. That would be terrible. And I hope that's not happening to us.
Yeah, if I ate some dining hall food that was poisoned, I might start seeing things out of the
Dear listener,
corners of my eyes.
Dear listener, have you looked out of the window recently?
Hearing a little
Dear
bit of
listener,
strange noises.
are you hearing anything that's not our voices right now? Dear listener, is there something outside of the window? Dear listener, is there something outside the window?
Dear listener, I personally, for me only, I'm starting to feel a little strange. I'm starting to see things. I'm starting to hear things that aren't there. Oh, wow. I feel like something bad happened today to me. Personally.
Listen, listener.
Oh, it would be a shame if that happened to me.
Listener, you need to listen carefully. Please listen to me carefully, listener. I don't know, but I'm looking outside my window and I thought I saw something there. If you would be nice, I wonder what would happen if you looked out your window. Would
Do you see me?
Is there a person? Am I there?
Is it me?
Are we there? Look in the trees, look in the bushes. Is that us? You can't tell if that's a human shape, can you? You can't tell. It's hard to see.
Really? Go to your window right now. Is someone looking in there?
You don't know.
Well, don't, only go to your window if you're so inclined. But if you are so inclined and you look outside, is that
us?
Is that us?
I wonder. All right.
If it was us, wait, I just had a thought. If it was us, probably...
Boo!
I'd probably do something along those lines.
Gotcha.
No,
man, we
would
really,
never want to
play the
spook any of you guys.
Yeah.
We would never want to.
Oh, man.
But I do think that if it were me, I would keep my eyes peeled.
I am keeping my eyes peeled. All listeners, they're allowed to do the same. Or we're not going to suggest either way whether you should do that or not. Now, let's get this next section started, all right?
All right. How have you guys been liking the podcast?
Yeah, we're just wondering, like, how have you guys been feeling so far? Give us some feedback. All right.
This radio show has been one of the most important things that I've experienced.
Thank you for listening so far. It really means a lot to us. And oh yeah, if you hear those noises in the background, we're just building our tower to heaven right now. So yeah, it's a little noisy.
It might be a little creaky. Some like wood. It's made entirely out of wood and like scrap metal that we've been finding around the studio. It's just we're trying. We figured that heaven is a beautiful place and it would be a good place to do a podcast.
Can you hand me that wrench over there?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh yeah, we're gaining a few feet now. I'd say about 10 feet off the ground.
So guys, the radio show so far, I was I'm bored over there. I was wondering what your guys' favorite bits have been so far. I don't know. If you guys have any like recommendations for like bits we can do, make sure to go to our website, DOOMSDAYx3.com. There's a suggestions box there.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's a little high. I'm getting a little dizzy now. We're pretty high up.
Yeah. Whoa! I almost
Whoa!
There.
It's getting a little rickety.
It's swaying.
Oh.
It's swaying.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, I can sort of start to see like the parting in the clouds.
Yeah, I think I can see like a golden ray up there.
Yeah, it's a good thing I took this building class. I feel like it's really paying. Oh yeah, guys, I'm in community college. I'm taking the architecture building class, so I can, it's really coming in handy right now. The scaffolding's really sturdy.
I have a +3 in strength, so this is just easy for me to do.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay. Whoa. That's a steep drop, man.
Almost dropped my hammer. Oh, guys, if I dropped my hammer from all the way up here, we'd be really messed.
You could kill someone.
Yeah, we really could, honestly. I didn't think about that. I was just thinking about how much harder it'd be to build more onto the tower if I had dropped my hammer.
Okay. Fans of the radio show, do you have any tips for building towers to heaven? Tell us in the live chat if you do.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if you know how to build a tower to heaven easily.
Oh, wow. Grayson, we're getting so close to heaven. Oh my gosh, I can see it.
Wait, is that... I just saw an angel flying in the distance.
Oh, wow.
Build fast.
Oh my gosh. Wow, this is beautiful.
Pass the hacksaw. Pass the hacksaw.
Okay, here you go. Here you go.
Okay, okay. I have this oil barrel here. Can you use that?
Yeah, that works. Kind of running out of boards. It's a good thing we're getting close.
Yeah.
Wow, I can almost
got
see
this.
it now.
Got a little
Beautiful
bit of scrap
heaven.
metal left.
Wow.
Oh, is this? We're about to go through the clouds. We're about to go through the clouds.
Oh,
Here we
it's
are.
getting really windy, Grayson. I can barely stand on it.
But it's worth it, Al. It's worth it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Is that? Those are angels. Those
This
are
is so
angels. Al.
beautiful.
We're just going through the clouds. We're going through the clouds now. This is so. This is.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god. This is incredible. And I think we're in heaven
Wow.
now. We're in heaven.
We are, Grayson.
This is
I
beautiful.
can see the angels flying, they're playing the bugles. I can see them perching atop the
I
clouds.
see the gates,
Oh
the
my
golden
goodness,
gates.
can you see that one over
the
there?
golden gates. Is that Jesus over there?
I could live here
Is that
forever.
him?
The ground is so soft, covered in clouds. Oh my goodness.
It's just.
Wow,
I just
the
know
tower. Oh, the tower just got blown. Grayson, are you holding on?
Yeah, I'm okay. But wait, what is this? Hello again, my dear friend and the persons. I'm strange to see you in these parts. I just climbed this tower. It is I, Mr. Wormington. Ella, who is this guy? Who is this guy, Ella?
Some sort of worm. He came in here earlier. I don't know. He's all right, but Mr. Wormington, we're actually trying to enjoy heaven right now. So maybe.
I do enjoy me a good old heaven now and then. I say, new boy. It is rather cold in heaven. No, it isn't. Like, I'm really warm right now. It's actually like kind of nice how warm it is. It's like a golden, glowing warm. My boy, I don't really care. You must let me have somewhere warm to stay. Your female partner is not so nice, but I'm wondering if I could perhaps crawl inside of
Grayson,
your mouth for a second.
Don't.
I'm not gonna let you crawl in my mouth even for a second. I don't.
Can you please get out?
Perhaps just for 1 second you could let me crawl in your mouth. Just 1 second. No. Well, I'm a very clean worm. I'll just. You know what? I'm just gonna stomp him. I'm just gonna stomp him.
What?
Wait. No, don't do this.
Grayson, no.
Don't do this.
Oh my god. I mean, oh my gosh. Grayson,
He deserves.
You killed him.
What have you done, my son? Have you just stomped and killed an innocent life? I smite you! Wait, no, I'm falling down. No!
Hey, can you even hear me down there, Grayson? You idiot! You just
barely.
You're going to hell. You killed him, Mr. Wormington.
I'm down here in the studio, and it sucks here.
You probably can't even hear me. Grayson, I'm gonna bring him back.
Oh God.
Let me say a prayer. Please, God, I know you can hear me. Can you please bring back Mr. Wormington? He died unjustly. I see there's an angel right there. Can you please shine your light?
I shall grant you this wish, my good daughter.
Thank you, angel.
I'm back. Wormington is back. I am revived from the dead. This is magnificent.
All right, Mr. Wormington. We're gonna go back down. It's been great in heaven, but I'm feeling a little tired.
Yes.
Okay.
I must go and teach that old boy down there a lesson, lest I cut him.
Yeah, and I'm. You know what? I'm
actually.
I'm gonna flick him off. Guys. Flip. Wow.
Ella, are you almost down here yet?
I'm close, Grayson. Can you hear me? I'm up here. I'm almost back to the studio.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, all right, just got back. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Grayson,
it was.
Back,
I'm a little sore though. A little sore from the fall. That's great. As long as Just keep him out of my way. I just don't want to see him again.
Okay. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for coming with us on, our trip to heaven.
It was beautiful.
We've been meaning to do that for a while, so it's really nice that you got to come with us. I'm a changed person. It was lovely. Anything else we've got to say to them?
Well, we should tell them about a they should they should follow our Instagram and look at our website, but I think maybe they should also meet us for a surprise.
Yeah. If any of you guys are so inclined, if you wish, you could come see us at the tunnel.
Yeah, there's a tunnel on the main quad. You know where it is.
Yeah.
And to all people who meet us there, we will have
at 2 a.m.
a very special surprise.
If
a very
you come
special
there
surprise.
At 2 a.m. and meet us there, we will have a prize for you. So, any fans that want to, again, they don't have to, but if you want to in your heart, you can come see us at the tunnel at 2 a.m. and we will be there waiting for you.
Yes, at 2 a.m.
Also, yeah, if you're interested, you can check out our Instagram at DOOMSDAYx3 and our website DOOMSDAYx3.com. Yeah. Thank you for listening to the show, and make sure to tune in next week. Same time. That's 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Thursday night. Thank you for coming. Yep. Anything else you want to say, Grayson?
Not really, but we love you. We do. And just if that Wormington guy comes and visits you, just ignore him, please.
Yeah. I guess that's all. See you guys later.
Chinese people going to China, visiting Chinese cities.
I love China.
What if we did a China episode?
China. Say something about China.
I like to go to China.
I love China. I love
to go
China.
To China. I like to go into the China land.
I like to go to China.
I can go to China.
Okay,
I can
that's great.
China.